So next question, discuss the problems and prospects of development of catchment and command area. So our answer is a catchment is an area of land that collects water which drains to the lowest point in the area, which could be either a lake, dam, or the sea. Rain falling on the land will make its way to this lowest point, that is creeks, where creeks, rivers, and stormwater systems, as well as rivers, lakes, creeks, and dams. A catchment also includes groundwater, stormwater, wastewater, and water-related infrastructure. The Command Area Development Program aims mainly at reducing the gap between the potential created for irrigation to achieve higher agricultural produce and the utilization thereof. This is to be achieved through the integrated development of the irrigated tracts to ensure efficient soil land use and water management, for ensuring plant increased productivity. During the post-independence period, high priority was accorded to increase agricultural production and productivity for providing food security to the people, and as much a number of irrigation projects were constructed. The surface irrigation potential, which stood at 22.6 MHA till 1951, had increased to 33.6 MHA mid-60s. In the later years, it was realized that the irrigation potential created was not being fully utilized, and substantial gap existed, due to which the purpose of irrigation projects was not fully met. The gap between irrigation potential created and irrigation potential utilized prompted the Irrigation Commission in 1972 to make specific recommendations for systematic and integrated development of command of irrigation projects. Following this, a committee of ministers in 1973 and suggested creation of a broad-based area development authority for every major irrigation. The gap between irrigation potential created and irrigation potential utilized promoted the Irrigation Commission in 1972 to make specific recommendations for systematic and integrated development of commands of irrigation projects. Following this, a committee of ministers in 1973 suggested creation of a broad-based development area authority for every major irrigation projects to undertake the work of comprehensive area development and management. On the basis of the recommendations of the Committee of Ministers, Government of India launched a centrally sponsored scheme of Command Area Development Program in 1974 to 75. The primary objectives of the CAD program has been to bridge the gap between the irrigation potential created and that, or to increase the efficient utilization of irrigation water and improve the agricultural productivity in the irrigation commands. The program envisaged an integrated and coordinated approach to the development and management of command areas by constituting a multidisciplinary team under the overall control of the Command Area Development Authority. Components of the program: the on-farm development works, that is, development of field channels and field drains within the command of each outlet, land leveling on an outlet command basis, reclamation of waterlogged areas since April 1996, development of a proper system of Warabandi and fair distribution of water to individual fields, realignment of field boundaries wherever necessary, where possible consolidation of holding should also to be command, supply of all inputs and services, including credit, strengthening of extension services, and encouraging farmers for participatory irrigation project. irrigation management, selection of introduction of suitable cropping pattern, development of groundwater and to supplement surface irrigation, conjunctive use under minor irrigation sector, development and maintenance of the main and integrated intermediate drainage system, irrigation sector, modernization, maintenance and efficient operation of the irrigation system up to the outlet of 1 cubic capacity. Irrigation sector program coverage, beginning with 60 major and medium irrigation projects in 1974 to 75. The program now covers 227 7 projects with culturable command areas spread over 23 states and 2 union territories. The program is being implemented by the state government through command area development. Development Authority (CADA) set up by them. The National Water Policy 1987 advocated involvement of farmers in the management of irrigation. The irrigation potential increased nearly 4 times since the beginning of the planned era, but brought in several problems of management of irrigation in its wake. These included unreliable and inequitable supply of water, especially at tail end, improper Q&M of the system, poor recovery of water rates, and disciplines in the distribution of water, and the problem of the water logging due to seepage and canal network on the one hand, and over irrigation due to irrigation on the other. To address these problems, it has been recognized that participation of beneficiaries would help greatly for the optimum upkeep of irrigation system and utilization of irrigation water. Keeping this aspect in view, PIM is a thrust area under the program. During the 9th 5-year plan period, the participation of farmers in the management of irrigation would give responsibility for operation and maintenance and collection of water rates from the areas under the jurisdiction of the water users